Hey there, last time I was at the reloading bench, I was trying to get 180 grain Barnes to shoot well out of my 300 short mag. I have a 1 in 11 inch twist barrel, and a long bullet does not stabilize so well if you look at the Berger stability calculator. But a shorter bullet like a Swift Sirocco, which is a good bonded bullet for longer range hunting for 180 grain, or this here, this Nosler Accubond. This Nosler Accubond is probably one of the shorter bullets in the 180 grain class. It's actually bonded, it's very well known, but it comes in stock like once a year, like Christmas. And this spring, it came in stock. I was at work, I was busy, and my wife bought them for me. So thank you, wife, for buying these for me. And I loaded these up and I did a ladder test from 61.2 grains up to 64 grains. And you can see here, I had tested 50,000 inch off the lands, and my first shot here was low, so I aimed up a little higher. That's a darn good looking group. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at these numbers here from my initial 10 shot ladder test. Starting off, my velocity went from about 29-30, slowed down, increased pretty quickly up to here at 62.5 grains, and flattened out to 61.3 grains. So I got a pretty good flat spot right here, and another flattening spot closer to 64 grains. But I ended up testing next in this interval right here. And as you can see, in my next ladder, I had tested 62.5, 62.7, and 62.9. But look at these numbers here. The velocity is all over the place. Okay, I had about a 90,000 inch jump, and the group was just horrible. This was my group with the Accubonds. This is 15 shots. The tightest group maybe right here in the middle node at 62.7. Hey, that's actually pretty darn good. Getting 1.78. Yeah. 1.8, which is pretty decent. But what I ended up doing is going further and testing at 62.5 grains, where I liked the velocity is a little bit less extreme spread, because the spread was pretty high right there. So I tested an all-out seating depth test from Berger recommendations. And if you look on Berger's website, they talk about doing a seating depth test at 1,000th inch jump, 50 thousandths, or 10,000 inch jump, 50 thousandths, 90 thousandths, and 13.13 inch jump. So as you can see, there's a little bit more vertical spread closer to the lands, but further back here at 62.5 grains, I have some pretty good groups. And you can see I color my bullets when I shoot at the same target, and I did have a good 10-15 mile an hour wind, and I did not use a windsock, and I kind of wish I did, because I think I have a pretty darn good load right here with these Accubonds. So really what my best group here, looking at my notes, is this one here, the red with 90,000 inch jump, and I'll show you why in a moment if we look at the velocity numbers. But I'm getting 1.8 in the 5 shot group. I had 11.35 SD and an extreme spread of 25. And that's not too bad, given I've been having some issues. That's about as best I've got with Swift Siroccos. It's a pretty tight group. I think if I would have not used I think if I would have waited on the wind, I could have tightened this up to probably like 1.1 or so, maybe. But really not waiting on the wind. So I think I finally had found a pretty good shooting bullet out my 300 short mag. Fortunately, it's the Nosler Accubond, which is very hard to find. I have another box of these, so I can go test some more at 600 yards maybe later and see how they shoot, and I'll have a great load to hunt elk, mule deer, caribou, what have you, or nilgai here in Texas if I ever draw one of these years before I turn 100. But I'm really happy. I'm getting pretty good groups here with the Nosler Accubonds. I'm just annoyed that I have to chase the lands, and not that I chase the lands, but just I have to play around with seating depth with these. And they're supposed to be, you know, with the ogive that it has, it's supposed to be a little bit more forgiving finding your accuracy. But I mean, if you try seating a further rate on the lands, you're going to get a larger group here. I know 50 thousandths inch off the land is a little bit better than like 1 inch or 0.1 10 thousandths off the lands. Just a lot of vertical spread on this. And now that's over 2 inch. It's over an MOA. I'm happy I got a 0.8 MOA group with this right now. It's shooting pretty well. I want to test this 90,000 inch jump. That's 600 yards if I can. And I'll be ready to hunt with these here. I think this is what I'm going to choose. Shooting pretty good with these Accubonds. Alright, well I hope you enjoyed the video here. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that like button, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching.